He even has an iron cross. I mean, you couldn't be more.
Well,
on
to
the
be
nose on that one.
fair, well, for one, that has also the Xeon insignia in the middle of the Iron Cross. But I mean, to be fair, a surviving officer that's gotten this far, he's choking me. He's got the Force. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with another episode of Mobile Suit Gundam IGLOO. Sorry, I guess it's technically just Mobile Suit IGLOO, right?
Yeah, MS Daily, yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I remember when I look it up, it typically shows up as like Mobile Suit Gundam because everything is Mobile Suit Gundam.
And Mobile Suit Gundam.
But then it's MS IGLOO, so that would be Mobile Suit Gundam, Mobile Suit IGLOO, and that seems not reductive. What's what I'm looking for?
Redundant.
Here? Redundant, yes.
Yeah.
Apocalypse 79, either way.
Mm-hmm.
We just got through. Well, you know, I typically complain that everything that has to do with underwater stuff is horrible. And no, technically this didn't have anything to do with underwater stuff until the very end. Wasn't okay, not horrible, not the best. This is not to tip my hand if we ever do like a ranking of best episodes of Mobile Suit Gundam IGLOO. The worst one so far.
They can't all be bangers.
Well, I mean, would you think this is better than the first three?
Not really.
This is literally the episode you started complaining at the very beginning when the captain was going through his dead friend ghost ship scene.
Hallucination, like, oh, this got weird. Yeah.
Well, it's not hallucination because he actually put on a spacesuit, and I guess it looks like he's in the. Sorry, I'm about to say warehouse. God damn it, words. Why is the brain not good today?
The hold,
the hold. I'm sorry, I was trying to think of the word I was coming to me. Not coming to me though. The hold of the ship. He put on the spacesuit and just standing there, staring off into the middle distance, thinking about things. So he's not having a hallucination. He's actively trying to envision stuff. So, but you know, you were actively saying, "Oh, this is where things get worse." So even in your own conceit, you think this was bad.
I think the word I wanted to say was weird. This is where things get weird, not worse.
So you're saying that Mobile Suit Gundam IGLOO Apocalypse 79 is the Macross 7 of Gundam?
No, Macross 7 is just stupid. There's a difference between weird.
And yet people like your opinion about things.
People usually don't opine on my opinions on things. That's the problem. They just keep quiet.
No, it's just the whole element that people complain out the wazoo when I give my opinion about what I think is bad or good. And the show that I defend, no one gives a shit that you're shitting on all the time. So it's just the weird element of, okay, whatever. But no, I mean the element of, not more so that Macross 7 starts introducing all of these supernatural elements, I want to say, or at least not to like the main, you know, like if Star Trek started doing psychics, but the Star Trek does do psychics, so never mind. I get a Star Trek example I can pull out because Star Trek also goes to a universe of magic. So yeah. Anyway, to a more science oriented show, to a more mystical show.
Fantasy. Yeah. More fantastic.
Although, again, this is also a place where we thought espers existed, so I guess Gundam can just do anything right now. I mean, technically, this comes out
in the 90s?
I thought this was 2006. No, I'm pretty sure this is 2006, because I believe in the opening credits it says Sunrise 2006.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
So 40, you know,
20-ish,
25, 26 years after.
29, 89,
27 years after. So technically they've got the backstory of everything that's happened so far, but we watch chronologically.
Yeah.
Anything could really still happen, and it would be a new development. You know, it's not so long ago in our watch through that Matilda was coming around talking about espers, And then they decided, you know what, espers isn't the way to go. We should make up our own word for espers. Because legitimately, what's the big difference between new types and espers?
Not that I know of.
Well, I mean, legitimately, I don't know what an esper is supposed to be capable of. Because I've watched too much anime where an esper, like Mob Psycho, right? Mob is technically an esper. Mob can lift buildings and, bring people back and make a tower of broccoli. But I believe in this, they're going like psychic or a medium version of esper, which is I can see a little bit into the future or where you're going to die, I guess.
Yeah. And have psychic brain meetings with people as they're dying and transmitting ideas like, "Oh, this is my dreaming,"
or after they're dead too.
Well, yeah, after they're dead. Now, force ghosting the whole thing as well.
But also, it adds to your physical prowess.
Yeah,
as per Char and Origin.
I guess if you can predict what somebody's going to do, then you can act faster.
I think technically not, according to superhero rules. Spidey sense is different from his physical abilities. Spider sense, like he can lose his spider sense while he has his physical ability still. But I mean more so the element of Char grabs guy by the shoulder and tosses him across the yard.
Yeah.
I don't know what part of being an Esper causes that.
Telekinesis?
Is that part of being an Esper, though? That's, again, back to the default question of what is the power set of an Esper? When those cops bring in the medium to try and find the killer for the dead kid, they should probably just bring them on the force and, like, dodge bullets, get into fist fights with criminals, knock him. Oh, man, that's a show in the waiting, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
super Esper.
Well, then when they bring in the person to, like, the medium to try and solve the dead kid's murder, it's always like a 60-year-old woman. So, 60-year-old woman doing all the things that Char does in this show. I don't think this one's a medium at all. Tosses him across the yard.
What do you think about that?
My cats will have something to say when I get home.
Probably does. Probably do.
All right, well, do you remember what the next time on was?
Kids aboard the ship, and one of them apparently has the last name of
Cadillac.
Commander. Cadillac, yeah.
Well, yeah, it was like Irwin Cadillac. No, I meant, do you remember the name of the episode?
No.
It was Calling Skies or something?
Cross the Path of Light.
Wow, I was not even close.
Yeah.
Calling Skies, that sounds close to that, right?
That's a movie.
Actually, I think it was like the name of last episode was the whole the skies are Jaburo. I saw the study and it's like skies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
Yeah, with anything else, I guess, let's go ahead and hop on into it.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
You can so easily add the James Bond soundtrack. Okay, so after that... Wait, what? Because there's only 7 days left in the war. Okay, we're going to cover the moon shit I keep bringing up. Oh, then that explains Irwin. The recruits. It's time to bring out the recruits.
Yeah.
Oh. Later on implies he survives. See, there was 2 of them. Whatever class of ship the Great Degwin is, I mean.
I see more than one. I think there's a couple. I mean, it's a class of
Well,
ships.
no, I know that. I mean, I think every zombie has their own. I just mean in that shot. In that shot, that there was 2 of them. There was one in the front, and there was one almost shadowed in the darkness right behind it. But since this is...
Tomino, yeah.
Yeah, the person who made Gundam.
Yeah.
Ironically, also Voltace 5, which I'm also solo reacting to. But he made that back in 77, before Gundam. See, 2006. But no, the element that this is happening before Operation Star One, as they're talking about.
Yeah.
And the fact that we already know from the next time on that we're going to see Cadillac's assuming younger brother. It has the I mean, the recruits, right?
Yeah.
So he has to be one of them. No, sorry, I think I was talking about the son. I don't think he's the her son. He doesn't seem old enough, but then again, you never know what freaky shit's happening behind the scenes. Also, God, what Girin is going to die pretty soon, and she's basically like idolized him.
Yeah. These are the balls, their version of the balls, right?
MP02A 駆逐モビルポッドを戦局逼迫に伴い我が技術本部が優先開発
Wonder why.
They just need weapons platforms, any weapons platform. This is the equivalent of the ball, like I was saying. You know,
like you were
it's just
saying.
a mass produced.
In a timeline erased from history, like you were saying.
Yeah. A mass-produced weapon system.
No, I mean, I get it, but it's why. I feel like it'd be easier just to make in-place platforms on the Abakuo.
I mean, those can be bombarded from a long distance, so yeah.
So can these things.
I mean, these things can move, you know.
Yeah, don't feel like much.
He's calling out the thing you said about the last episode. We're doing a job that is no longer needed.
Also, legitimately, it just feels like put explosives on all your ammunition and just throw your ammunition at them would be more effective at this point. Let's make it mines. Let's mine the area of Abakuo.
I doubt it.
I appreciate at the least that they're still trying to test the weapons. Like, if they did win the Battle of Abakuo, they'd have information to develop this shit off of. The grin that only a propaganda officer could have in this position. You gotta figure that somebody in Hitler's bunker was still whispering to him good news.
Yeah.
That ship's in the wrong place. How the fuck is this kid still so happy?
Yeah.
He might just be too dumb to understand what's going on.
Yeah, these are just spare parts from mobile suits and whatever they could cobble together.
It looks like they ripped off some submarine factory that they had, and they're like, well, what can we make out of this? On paper. I guess to be fair, in space you don't need like God damn it, brain. What's the word you're looking for here? Well, you know, the ball is rounded. There's no atmosphere though. That's not actually helpful in a good way.
Well, the reason why the ball
Wind
is rounded is
resistance.
because it's because it's the smallest space possible that you can.
Yeah, but ultimately, the storage places
For
that we put
volume.
them aren't rounded.
Yeah.
You're saving space on the unit itself, but ultimately it's still touching tip to tip, which is still a cross pattern and in a design.
If we're doing it for storage,
Like I
the
talked
best would
about with the
be-
drop pods are kind of like
Yeah.
these wedge shapes, but they still touch
Yeah.
at their largest points. Oh, please tell me more. How about you're not part of the SS?
Yeah. If you really want to do storage, it would be cell like a honeycomb, because that would fit better.
That's still wasted space though, because the honeycomb pattern is doing that. If you want to pull space, just make them tiny cubes. Have them sit on top of each other. That's their own storage.
No, but if
I
you max
enjoy how they keep
honeycomb-
calling them commiserate captains. 'Cause I had to look that up for a second to make sure that didn't just mean something. It's like, no, you are adequate, is what they're saying.
He even has an iron cross. I mean, you couldn't be more.
Well,
on the
to be
nose and
fair, well, for one, that has also the Xeon insignia in the middle of the iron cross. But I mean, to be fair, a surviving officer that's gotten this far, he's choking me. He's got the force. I was saying, a surviving officer that's reached this far into the war is probably decorated by some respects. That or a coward. Also, he shaved?
Guess so.
He said that a lot. That's fair.
Hinting at new types, I guess.
Or just the expectation that new aces will take the place of the old
Yeah.
ones. Also indicating that he was at Solomon? Because that seemed more like a memory than...
Yeah.
Everyone on this ship is a fucking commander. Lieutenant commander or commander.
Well, he's a Commodore, so.
Ah,
I
the
guess he
kids
breaks them
lineup.
up.
I would say,
And-
except for that one kid who has the face of an adult.
Like captain. I was like, he's like, well, we're fucked. Well, actually, no. The head of the 603 is a sub lieutenant.
Yeah, no, I said that last time. No, lieutenant commander.
No, he's a sub lieutenant.
No, he's a lieutenant commander. Oh, you're talking about now. Sorry, I'm talking about May. May is the former.
May.
Yeah, until the other guy took over. Formerly, May is a lieutenant commander. That's a very German name of you. Ah, this is gonna blow up in her face. Also, I think it's the first time I've seen her legs.
Yeah.
Is it hitting you?
So
Your
glorious
family's now involved?
I'm so glorious now, huh?
That's what I'm saying. It was a slow thing on her face, but her face never actually went to unhappiness. It just came to a normal look. So I was waiting for the realization to dawn that this isn't like outside the scope anymore. Now you're actually fucking involved. Although, to be fair, she has gotten in a mobile suit in combat before.
He didn't live long.
Well, long enough to tell them what's going on.
Yeah.
Now they know that they're not heading to the moon. Which is enough information for Giran to point the super weapon.
あなたが家を守ってくれないで誰が守るっていうの？姉さん、今は国家総動員体制なんだよ。志願しなくてもいずれは。
The draft is on.
それにどうしていつも姉さんばかりが男の愚痴？姉さんばかりが外に出ていけるの？愚痴か。小さい頃からそうだった。姉さんは外でロケットばかり。
You're still little.
僕はいつも家の中。
I guess implying her age. I thought she was older than what she apparently is. Now kiss. Wait, no.
Please don't.
Luke and Leia.
No.
Sounds very convenient when memories flash back in eyeballs. Or evidence that no one's keeping track of anything anymore.
Yeah.
Or the thought process that if you're gonna die, you might as well die with your family. Neither of these people have the idea in their brains that this is worse than it is. Well, maybe she does, but she doesn't act like it most of the time. Again, she's a propaganda officer, so...
Yeah, she's supposed to keep appearances.
Oh, intercept force.
索敵機の報告により敵の狙いはアーバーワクーと判明しているのでは？その通りだ。であるから、グラナダには陽動目的の小規模艦隊が現れる。
Hey, that thing I'm constantly saying about there's a force at Granada. Finally proven right.
上辺だけの判断はやめていただこう。出撃の人選は済んだか？はっ。第二小隊エルヴィン・キャデラック総長の隊を出します。 わずか3機でこの程度の任務には多いぐらいである。立派な弟さんをお持ちのようだ。
That's a completely different klaxon.
Yeah.
I was really wondering who was doing the cheering. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair enough, they are essentially going on a suicide mission. Might as well cheer for them while they can appreciate it. As they launch their flying bricks.
Get out of the way.
I mean, here's the thing. We still have that one mobile suit on board, I believe.
Yeah.
She's piloted it before. Do you think she's gonna rush out and try and save her brother? I'll tell you the one thing she better not do: collapse to her knees.
Mm,
That's you hate tropes. That is a trope.
yeah. I don't hate tropes.
You hate tropes. You've
I just
gone on
make
about it
them.
before.
I think
私がオリバー・マイだ。
やはり
何かトラブルか。
その
Yeah, I got this giant ball in my helmet. I can't get rid of it.
姉がお世話になっています。注意のことは時折送られてくる姉からの
There is a romance going on.
初めてお話しする気がしません。
Again, we know he survives.
僕のこと。
He's talking about this after the fact.
本当の技術バカだって。
ん？
すみません。余計なことを。
he's like, okay.
君が戻ったら、タイと一緒に食事でもしよう。
Yeah, you just condemn him to death.
そのような期待で出撃とは。
I mean, legitimately, why would you try to make plans?
モビルスーツは
I guess you're playing it off like, yeah, this is just another mission, right? Don't
Or
worry
that,
about
or we all know you're going to die. Let's pretend
Yeah.
that you're not,
命を
though.
かける兵器ですから。宇宙で一番大切な機体ですから。
I guess he's a new type. I have no fucking idea what that means. Oh. Did not know that. Oh, okay, never mind. This has to be the one that destroys Degwin.
There you go.
It's funny they didn't show Degwin or that asshole.
Yeah, the admiral.
ソーラレイ。
It just looked to me for half a second like they had fired the solar laser at the moon. It's like, oh, that didn't get shown last time. This is a new event.
この戦、未だ正気より。
I mean, that'd be a good hit for morale on your end. Look at the power we still have. I mean, not for nothing. Would have hoped that that kid was a new type because he would have had a chance to survive at least. Gonna be 6 pods on 3. I mean, 6 balls on 3.
ソーラレイを放ち、主戦場が形成された今、ここでの戦闘は何ら意味をなしません。
She is in her spacesuit. I mean, she gets into the mobile suit.
命令は今も有効である。聞こう。それとも。
You say you know better than Giran Sabi? Oh, see, okay, there we go. As I said, Earth Federation, same tenuous position.
発進許可を。この遭遇戦では先手を打った方が早く。
Although I guess on the opposite end, Xeon is like, we brought in our best recruits. And Earth Federation's like, we can't launch. These are just fucking recruits.
Yeah.
603技術試験隊観測を開始。観測ボット全機展開。
Although ironically, in that situation, the advantage is on Xeon. It's willing to put out people out there to fight.
対艦ロケット先制者。
This must be where your comment about what can defeat a ship, and you said a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
こんなとこで戦うのか。俺たちだけで。おい、敵はどこだ。敵は。一般回線を開いたままとは。敵も素人か。敵、ボール6、近接戦闘型2機を含む。敵も素人。それならば行きたくなかった。やるだけだ。
I didn't want to know that. Kids killing kids.
なんだあいつらは。データにないぞ。ジオンのモビルポット。助かった
Well, not so lucky. You already lost one of your number. You know?
Well, I mean, lucky that it's not mobile suits.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why anybody would be laughing in this situation, even if you were winning.
毎注意の言った通りです。報告を続けます。
エルビー、テストパイロットの真似事はよせ。口ポッド、オッゴは予想値を上回る期待です。やるではないか。後ろだ。
You know, not for nothing. All those observation pods you threw out there
Yeah.
could probably ram those pods.
整備はどうなっていた？
おそらく急増パーツの精度が。
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be
I
a
mean,
winning
you couple-
argument.
Yeah, you cobble it together, so.
我々を救援に行かせてください。必ず連れ帰ってみせます。ならん。無駄な戦力投入を。
And much like most Xeon property, was not built with an
Yeah.
escape pod. Or a ejection seat, rather.
どうして爆発したんだ？返事をしろよ。もう一度
He's dead, kid.
情報から撤起。上ってどっち？
Yeah, not a great moment to go psycho.
足を止めたやつをやるぞ。
エルビー、しっかりしなさい。広告のため、同胞のため。つくづくあなたは口ばっかり。
Yeah, I guess to be fair, the one person who could knock you out of this. Yeah, they did say the two of them were melee types, which is also feels so stupid to me that we made melee balls.
I mean, technically, all of them are melee because they do have arms, but you know.
Well, that implies that some of them don't have long-range capabilities. They did a really good job of making the surface of the moon look like the surface of the sun. This guy doing like Super Smash Brother moves in his ball.
Yeah.
降伏しろ。サモライト。サモライトなんだ。そっちも手放しのくせに。もう独力で母艦まで戻れない。ここに置き去りになりたいのか。スペースロイドめ。所詮偶然の灯火の血を。
I don't get racist on me now.
僕だって死にたくない。ややこしい理屈なんていらないじゃないか。
わかった。抵抗しない。
I don't know. You imagine hearing that conversation in open broadcast. I don't know why you would start cheering.
Oh, he defeated him. They're going to bring him prisoner. So
Right. But it's also an acknowledgement of how dire the situation is and how stupid the war is to begin with. I mean, something's still got to happen. Irwin is going to fucking die. We've gotten too much for him to survive this. I mean, unless he's gonna stick around for the next episode and then die then. I'm waiting for the like errant rocket to come and strike him in the back or something.
注意。僕は
Oh, you're from Texas too.
皇国のお役に立ったのでしょうか。この独立戦争の決戦で。
もちろんだ。
I do also appreciate that they keep referring it to as the Xeon War of Independence.
I mean, for them it is.
Well, for some of them it is.
Yeah.
Oh, who would have guessed that would have happened? But why did that happen?
The two cruisers. They went around the moon and came back.
Yeah, but why did they shoot their own pod too? I keep calling
They
it a
were shooting
pod
at-
ball.
They were shooting at.
This is dumb. There was no way I was gonna be satisfied. So I'm just gonna call it dumb no matter what. They lingered too long on the "he survived" part.
グラナダからの援軍。キシリア閣下の。
Oh, cool. Now I can add Caecilia to this too. Because again, every one of the zombie family has one of those ships.
皇国の運命がどうなろうと。ヘルビー、あなたさえ生きてくれればなんとかなると思ったのに。
Just don't get to your knees. Don't collapse to your knees. Fuck me. I almost thought she had an American flag on her thing.
なくした時は怒るかなくしか術はないのだ。
If only they could do something with that sorrow. Like, turn it into anger. Sorry, I know this is horrible. This is a very horrible scene. But I have the kind of personality that turns gallows humor from everything. As I said, she's one of my favorite characters, so I don't like seeing her like this either. But I am angered by the amount of time that they let you think that he was going to survive. Only to have errant shot from nowhere. I just seen the remains of the Great Degwin.
Guess so.
Well, it's hard to tell. Those are like Alien TV shots, by which I mean the movie Alien, when they have their...
Yeah. Rainy, yeah.
決定的打撃を受けた地球連邦軍にいかほどの戦力が残っていようと
MA05AD モビルアーマービグラング
Big Rang.
じゃですビグルは本来その加速性能を駆使し戦闘するように開発された機体です
Oh, we got a shot of the Big Row then.
MS イグル目視録
So I'm assuming Big Rang is in the version of Big Row, which was a one and done mobile armor.
魂は帰る
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just... as I said, there is no way that I would have been happy.
Mm.
So, knowing that, know that there is no... there was no out for me. Because I think a blind man could have seen what was coming.
Yeah.
I mean, not that
sure.
specific thing, because obviously I'm most unhappy about that one, but that he was going to die, I mean.
Yeah.
They did all of the tropes, literally every single trope. Like, what are we going to do after the fighting's done? Hey, let me remind you about our history together. If he was a little older, he could have been
my sister really
retiring.
likes you. Yeah, my sister really likes you. Sends letters to home talking about you.
I don't know. Again, I would have been happy. I wouldn't be happy with anything, but it would have made more sense to me if we, like, the ball pilot made a mistake and his ball exploded and it killed both of them or something. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think the ball pilot suddenly attacking him out of nowhere would have made any sense, so I wasn't about to propose that. or one of the errant shots that hit him before that didn't destroy him caused him malfunction, and
he crashed or something.
I guess the only way. Sorry, I'm just thinking. No, not that he crashes, but like damaged his oxygen control systems or something like that. So like we're all happy and everything, and then he gets back aboard the ship and he's dead from CO2 poisoning or something.
Yeah,
they're
using a couple together parts. It could have been a malfunction, right?
Yeah, I think that would have set it up too. The whole cobbled together parts thing that we went through before with didn't you inspect, or weren't these all inspected? And he brings up cobbled together parts, and then we do the inspection at the end of the episode like we used to do on the first three, where he talks about the evaluation and everything. And then he can say, we later discovered that, and you could explain it. I mean, obviously, I think I was still a bit angry at the moment. Like, how the fuck do you kill him after that? But at least it would have been set up prior. I can't believe that these guys are in the middle of the battle. Because, more specifically, almost every time the ship has been involved in a situation where other ships were, the captain had said something about put us on a higher priority alert so we don't get ambushed, or expand the range of our sensors to make sure. He has said that in all the previous episodes where they've been in a fight like this. So now for him to have suddenly not said it, and then they get ambushed, the fuck is that about? I prefer the thing that you said, that where we set something up and it pays off ahead of time. Of course, not pay off, and that it kills somebody, but instead of the thing that has been set up so far, and the reverse payoff of that, he doesn't say it this time.
I thought it was a good episode, but yeah, the death flags were a little bit. Again, I think what they're hammering here is that no matter how brave or how, capable the soldiers or the machines might be, it's too late. We know what's going to happen, right?
Well, I mean, we kind of covered this thought process back in episode 2 with Sonnen, where she goes that a soldier that can't accomplish their task is like a stray, and then he said, "Well, they're not strays to Zeon, but a soldier that can't accomplish his task, or a soldier that dies is worthless," or something like that. But she said it in like a downtrodden, sad way, like she's still speaking the propaganda piece, but her emotionality on the outside is expressing her true feelings.
Yeah.
I mean, everything I said about last episode, where it didn't pay off to the premise of the show and all the elements it has working for it, this one does. Because it's like, where are we at? Oh, we're at this point in time in the war, and we're at this location. So we should be able to see these things happen. And we do. Kind of like back in, what was it, episode 1 or 2? I think it was episode 1 that we see Island Iffish go flying past, because we've established what date it is and where we're going. So we should be present to see these things. So there's like one of the only times we don't get the Garen speech, because they're not operating at a time frame to have heard the Garen speech.
Yeah.
So they're using the element of what's been pre-established by the Gundam universe already to establish the stakes and the meaning that exists behind everything. Because, Garen giving the speech to the recruits at Abaquo is an entirely different prospect from having to spend time with one of those recruits face to face and have them be related to one of your main characters.
Yeah. Where they just kind of faceless. Well, not literally faceless, but we don't know who they are. They just faces in the crowd, and they die and they cry for their mother, which is, like, oh my God. But here we see these kids go out getting cheer. Everybody knows that it's an impossible mission. They do their best. He succeeds only to, even talks down his enemy, who just wants to kill him, because that's, he's in combat mode still. It's like only to die anyway. So,
well, one of the details that occurred to me while I was watching, I don't think I mentioned it because it just in the back of my head. The Zeon ball equivalents are just like fucking bricks. Like, they don't mean anything. But the balls, the guy that he talks down, he has like a poker hand drawn on the side of the ball, which implies that the Zeon people, the one thing we know that they didn't just put these together out of nowhere. but they also care enough about them to give them personality, like World War II bomber aircraft, like the pictures drawn on them and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody cared at some point, is what I'm putting out here, and that's not given on the Xeon side. Well, what I was saying during the reaction. We can't send them out, they're just recruits. Versus Xeon side, send out the recruits.
Yeah. What we got.
Well, then again, though, it's not, don't send out too many, because we don't have enough. We've got to ration our supply of recruits. Like, they're treating their recruits like ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fire too many bullets at the enemy. We're going to run out soon.
Yeah. Versus, it was like, we don't have, this is a secondary battlefield. We don't have to fight these guys. Oh, they're shooting at us. Okay, fine. Launch them.
Well, I mean, more so, we didn't have to fight them. Literally, there was a flagship at Granada, plus a fleet. I don't know how many, again, I can't remember the class of ship that Great Degwin is, but we know that there's at least 3 of them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there was 3 of them. I assume right now, there's only 2 of them. In fact, there probably is 3 of them still. Because we typically see 2 of them going around together. This would be Caecilia's, which is probably different from, I assume Dozle has one. I assume Dozle has one, though I don't suspect that he might not, because every time we've ever seen him, he's been in a Musai.
Yeah, it's a Guasin class battleship. Yeah, that's the name of it.
I don't know. I know you told me, but I'm assuming 5 minutes from now, it's going to go back to the Great Degwin in my head.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I've only heard Musai said 1,000,000 times now. And Salamis, I've heard 1,000,000 times now. Those are the only 2 ships I'll remember.
Yeah.
Because they're repeated. The fact that the Great Degwin, or Guazin, as you've pointed out here, is, there's like 4 or 5 of them. By virtue of their limited nature, I'm not going to hear the name as often. At that point, they become what that discussion we had previous was about iconic flagships, that you only know their name because of the importance that they have, like to morale of the soldiers or their history in fighting. And the Great Degwin itself doesn't even have that. I think mostly I know the Great Degwin because it's named after Degwin, a guy that I keep saying his name. If Caecilia's ship was called the Great Caecilia, I'd remember it because I know Caecilia. I'm surprised they didn't name a ship after Garma. Not a ship after Garma, a class of ship after Garma. Because if you consider Garma to be like a great hero, I don't know, consider him a great war hero, but definitely somebody that you want people to remember. Like in Star Wars, you have Pelion, and then you have the Pelion Star Destroyer later on. Although I would say Pelion was a great war hero. Sorry. The same way that I like the villains in a lot of stuff, I like powerless Imperials in Star Wars.
Yeah.
And also Pelion was just a great leader.
He was. Although he had a good teacher, so.
Thrawn.
Yeah, Thrawn, yeah.
I don't know. He survived my favorite era of Star Wars, which is the Imperial Remnant. Or no, the Imperial Warlord, sorry. The Imperial Warlord era, where you have a dozen little empires all fighting each other and then making deals, and you have Dala running around with her experimental weaponry, and who was the one that was under Coruscant?
Yeah, she was the one that would like to torture people. And
she was the Inquisitor, but she also had the Super Star Destroyer that was buried under Coruscant. Just kind of rips its way out. There's Dala, and so Dala was the one at Maw, if I'm recalling correctly.
Yeah,
who had the superstructure of the Star Destroyer? Death Star. Yeah, that could still fire.
But that was part of a story I didn't like, which was the name of the Sun Crusher thing. Was kind of
I don't have much of a problem with this stuff. Again, I like it for the overscope of all the shit that's going on, because it's if I was playing a role-playing game, right, I'd want to be in that era because all the shit that I know happened just recent history. So it's like, cool, can use that knowledge. But it's also so tumultuous. It's so... everything is in action. It's like, what do you want to do? Well, I want to go assault a Star Destroyer. Well, this is the best time to do it because they're not like being supplied by people anymore. It's like one warlord and a one star system supporting it. If you want to try and take a Star Destroyer, probably your best chance. I mean, technically, in actual canon, there is one Super Star Destroyer that actually does get invaded by pirates and taken, so...
Yeah.
And I think they actually have to sell it because they can't run it. There's not enough of them.
Yeah, we tens of thousands of crew, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, imagine your biggest pirate organization. Well, we took it. God, it'd be great if we could use this thing.
Yeah. Call the New Republic. We gotta ship this out.
I think that's what they do. I can't remember who they sell it to. Anyway, I'd probably say this is probably... Ooh, I don't know if I'd say it's the best episode so far.
The top 3, 4, 5? Top 2 out of 5, maybe? 3 out of 5? It's a little bit... I think it's a little more than middling.
Actually, I would say it's probably my best. Sorry, I was actually thinking, ooh, how's this compare to the first 3? So obviously it's not going to be the first episode of this season. I like the Gunner's point of view, but it's not the recruits at the end of the war versus my job is being subverted is kind of more important. Sonin had a really good storyline, but when it comes to PTSD riddled, again, my job is being supplemented by this other thing. And Last Stand, we got Last Stand and, again, child soldiers at end of war. So, still, Irwin beats Sonin. And then I thought, does it beat the last episode of the first season? And then I thought to myself, I can't remember what happened. So, I don't know why, but all of a sudden I can't remember what happened. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's the escape from Earth. And all of the... Oh, that's the one. Now that I can remember it, that had emotional weight to it too. Because that's... Our men are drowning in space. We have to defend them. And Guy sacrificing himself for his own little cause, but at the same time, exemplary Zeon officer. Oh, okay, so maybe this is my number 2 so far. All right.
I'll wait until we see all of them and I'll start rating them.
Well, you've seen them all before, so, I mean, technically...
Yeah, but we see them all.
Yeah, I know. I'm not asking for spoilers, and I appreciate that you're holding back, so don't take that as the other way around. Anything else you want to say about this episode?
Not really.
All right, well, then once again, I have been Theta, this has been Lessons, we've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?